Yo, baby, we back. Yo, back like we never left. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all probably missed us, but we here again. It's the Going for the Gusto podcast, baby. You know, I'm your boy hosting the day. It's your boy Boom Bam. I got my boy with me, way too cool. What you want to say to the people?
What's going on, y'all? Another glorious day out here talking about football, fresh off the clock. You already know, out here being the best life we be living. What you got going on for us, man? Tell me some topics.
Hey man, yeah. So before I do that, I want to say, like always, shout out to the squad who can be a case. So my boy Soren, my boy Bartholomew, them boys doing their thing. So it's me and my boy out here. But so that's what I wanted to touch on today, bro. So the first thing was the biggest news is Odell going to the Ravens. On a 1 year deal. He got a lot of incentives in that deal, and I think the way the incentives go, if he hits all of them, he can get up to making $18 million for 1 year. So I think that'll be a pretty good thing for him. And then we're gonna bounce off that and we're gonna talk a little bit about the mock drafts. It's around that time of year was like mock draft 4.0, like everybody's last one. You know, they get the 1.0 and 2.0. Now they all the way to 4. So, this is what people really, really think gonna happen. And then finally, we're going to end up talking about Devin White, Pro Bowl linebacker, man, for Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay seems like they didn't want to pick up his 5th-year option, so now he's asking for a trade. He's one of the only, confirmed good linebackers out there that's, on the trade market. So we'll touch base on that. So I'll go ahead and pass it off to you. What you think about Odell in Baltimore Ravens?
Odell in Baltimore is crazy, man. I mean, out of all the options that he had, I really didn't see him being able to go to Baltimore. Well, I didn't see him wanting to go to Baltimore without a confirmed Lamar Jackson coming back. So so it's not even just about him going to Baltimore for me. This man got a $15 million guaranteed contract with a $3 million incentive, dude.
Oh, the 15 is guaranteed.
The 15 is guaranteed. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't even believe it. And then the incentives, you might as well just hand them the incentives. The incentives are like for every third of the so he has to get up to 1,000 yards receiving. He has to get at least 60 receptions. And then he has to get like 9 touchdowns. But then they work in increments of thirds. So if he gets like, I think quarters. If he gets 250 yards, then he still gets like a quarter of the mill.
Right.
He still gets a quarter of the mill. And then the thing about it is that throws it over the top for me is if he leads the team in any of those categories, he still gets the money. He doesn't even have to hit the number. Listen, who is his agent? Give his agent a call.
For sure. No,
give his agent.
I can't. Y'all let us know in the comments if y'all know. But I used to know his agent's name. He do got a good agent, especially to be coming off of he had 3 ACL injuries all together and 2 in the NFL now. That's wild, right? Like, was it no? He broke his foot.
He broke his foot and he had 2 ACL injuries on the same leg.
Oh, and that's rough, man. So, I saw the videos of him working out. His hands still, look good because you don't really lose your hands. But running routes on air, everybody look a little fast running routes on air. Like, you remember, I'll give y'all a little short, funny story. Back in high school, like, when you at track practice and you running blocks by yourself, you look real fast. You look real fast coming out there by yourself, and you get with the group, and it's like, nah, that ain't the same thing. So he's out there running routes on air. The routes look good. But I even think when he played on the Rams, I think he used his brain a lot because he was running his routes more smart and not as explosive. Because on the Giants, he was explosive. Like he catch the ball, he valuable to go all the way. On the Rams, he was more of a smart route runner, more shifty, like trying to move the defender because he, after all them injuries. So I'm rooting for Odell. I hope he have a good season. But me, man, that's just hard pressed coming off all them injuries. But I'm glad he getting paid the money because that's some makeup money for all the years he had to actually miss due to injury. He can make up some of that money from over that period of time. But you think that's enough to make Lamar stay because Odell?
It's a little hard pressed for me. I mean, Odell and Lamar have a really good relationship, so that plays a good factor in Lamar coming. But I think the biggest thing, which is a spit in Lamar's face, is not getting the exclusive tag. And I can't just see this man like now. You got Odell Beckham Jr. coming in making half as much money as he's about to make as a receiver. Yeah. Like that's crazy for somebody of Lamar's caliber at 26 years old. And the same time when he was on the Rams, he did exploit that on the Rams because he knew he was the opposite of Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp was on like a record-breaking season, so he had that going for him. So he only had the one-on-one. So all he had to do was just get shifty on the man in front of him. And he's on. But
right.
Who was? I think he basically. Do we not? He basically comes on to the Ravens as number one, don't he?
Pretty much. I mean, unless they draft somebody. Hey, shout out to Rashad.
Rashad is the guy.
Hey, yo, he gonna bounce back this shit. But I think unless they draft somebody, he goes in the training camp as number one receiver. But in the same breath, if you talk about him leading the team, I can still see like Mark Andrews leading the team in touchdowns.
For sure.
Like he a big target in the red zone. He'll catch the touchdowns. The 1,000 yards. That it's almost not even a feat anymore to be a receiver and get it. Remember back, like we were growing up watching football, getting 1,000 yards. Like, he had 1,000 yards. Now you got, you take somebody like Mike Evans. He had 1,000 yards every season he been in the league, and you might look at it like, oh, Mike Evans had a down year. And you go look at the stats, he still had 1,100 yards. It's like a down year because he didn't get 1,400. You know what I'm saying? Like they would like when they was talking about Stephon Diggs had a down year. I'm like 1,200 yards. I mean, he didn't get 15. Like I think that was like 2 seasons ago. One of the seasons he had 1,200. So they was like, oh, it's a down year. I'm like, that's still better than most. Like any number one receiver gets the 1,000.
They said, boy, Patrick Mahomes having a career low season. This man threw 5,000 yards.
Yeah, like 4,000 years. Something crazy. So it's like
5,000 yards still that year, dog. That is crazy.
So I think like the 1,000 yards is the thing. The touchdowns. Now the catches is something he should get. 60 is not really a lot. 60 is a good area to be at. I think the numbers they're giving him are numbers for like really a number 2 receiver. Like if your number 2 receiver got 60 catches and 1,000 yards, then you got a good second receiver. Because your number 1 receiver should have like 90 catches, 1,400 yards or something like that.
Yeah, but bear in mind now. He doesn't have to get the 1,000 yards to still get an incentive. He can still just get 500 yards and still get $500,000.
Right. Like you still get half of it. Right?
He still get half of it anyway. So I need his lawyer. They need to be take your agent to work day for me.
But what I just thought about as we were talking, as far as the offense, they don't really got every like highly paid person they had is gone because they had Mark Ingram at running back. He went back to the Saints. They had Hollywood Brown. He got traded. You know what I'm saying? So everybody who had the bigger contract, because I know Hollywood Brown had it wasn't a huge contract, but it was bigger. Now on their roster, and y'all let me know, y'all find me up in the comments if I'm wrong, but on their roster they only really got people on rookie contracts or like minimum contracts. Like Rashad Bateman he just got drafted. You had Devin Duvernay. He just got drafted. Like they don't really got nobody. Who?
Gus Edwards. The running back.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I don't know his contract though.
Yeah, like what kind of contract he got? Like,
because Gus Edwards really only had the one good year because J.K. Dobbins came in, and then the year before that, Gus Edwards was sharing the carries when they still had Mark Ingram and stuff. So I don't know. Y'all look that up. See how much Gus Edwards making, because Gus Edwards is a decent back, but coming off that injury, I don't even know what they're gonna do with him in training camp. I can't see. That is true. But to go ahead and transition, right? Because that was one of the things I saw that's going to transition perfectly into this about the mock draft. So one of the things I saw, and I think it was either it might either been Bucky Brooks or Daniel Jeremiah or Davis, something Davis. I can't remember his name, but one of those one of those reporter guys that always do a mock draft. They had Herndon Hooker, the quarterback from Tennessee, going to the Ravens. Now that's kind of crazy because Herndon Hooker is coming off the injury, but I mean for them to draft like another like scrambling type quarterback kind of tells me like I don't know which way they're really thinking, right? Like I don't know if they trying to prove a point like we gonna get this dude in here, so you got to get right, or I don't know if they trying to kind of say like we getting this dude in here just in case you try to do whatever. We still getting a quarterback in the first round. That's one of the things that stuck out to me. I was like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I can tell you something that stood out to me. This is just was said. This is aside from the mock draft itself. This is like something for the draft. The Texans are allegedly looking at like not picking up a quarterback, put their pick. They're looking at trying to pick up a defensive player before getting a quarterback, and they're thinking about getting a quarterback later on in the draft, possibly fourth round. Now, that's insanity within itself, if you ask me, because the Texans are on fire over there with no quarterback, dude. They're on fire. They drowning. They wind in the air, whatever. Like they're dying, bro. They need a quarterback.
Well, what I would say is, I guess they don't believe in that. Like if you the head coach, because keep in mind, they fired the head coach. So whoever they hiring might say, I don't like none of these quarterbacks. Let's wait till the next year and see if we can get Caleb Williams. And in the meantime, we can stack up our defense so when we do get the guy we want. Or they might be thinking in their mind planning on, oh, well, we're going to wait the 1 year and then see if we can get Lamar after that. Like, after the franchise tag. These teams be thinking like that now.
That is the most. See, listen. That's the most irresponsible thing that the Texans can possibly. We're gonna wait out Lamar Jackson's year on his the thing contract, and we're gonna try to pick him up this following year. We're gonna try to pick up a quarterback out of the draft the following year. If not, nah.
Because, but you gotta think about it though. If anybody who wants to get Lamar, they gotta trade for him too.
Yeah, they gotta get the 2 picks.
So they might not want to trade their first round pick and pay him. They're like, oh, I'll wait till next year. We'll pay you next year. But right now, we need to use these picks because they gotta use the picks. Now, I honestly, if I'm the Texans, I take CJ Stroud and I call it a day, because I saw that they say the Panthers might grab Bryce Young, which at first everybody was like, oh, the Panthers gonna get CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud off the jump. Yeah, now they're saying not Bijan Robinson, but damn things going first in the mock draft now. That's crazy.
Yeah, Bryce Young.
But they're talking about Bijan Robinson. Now they got him in the mock draft coming over to Dallas, baby. So put the stars on your back, baby.
Hey, let's go Longhorns though. Shout out to my boy Bijan.
I'm with it, baby.
That man had hold it down for Texas, so he's near and dear to my heart. But honestly, that's a good pickup for y'all because like Bijan is the clear cut best running back in the draft to me. I don't think there's no other running back close. So if he falls to the 20s, I'll be good grabbing because the last time y'all grabbed a running back in the first round, y'all got Zeke. And look, that worked out. So I'm not really one of them guys that say, oh, you can't get a running back in the first round. But I'm also one of them guys that's like, he gotta really, really be a stud. And Bijan is definitely a stud. So I seen that. I know for Washington, they've been saying most mock drafts guys getting Joey Porter Jr., the cornerback out of Penn State. Yo, we need cornerbacks. So I don't care which one we get. Just get one. It's like 5 of them I'm cool with. Like if you get the dude out of Oregon, Gonzalez, if you get Devin Witherspoon, if Devin Witherspoon dropped, grab Devin Witherspoon. But Cam Smith out of South Carolina, I don't care which one. If we get a cornerback or offensive lineman in round 1, I'm good. Like I'm good at that point.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I wanted me a cornerback too until I heard about that. We were looking at getting Bijan Robinson. I said, "Oh, what, that'll put my offense back on the map." Boy. Listen, if Dak can get right,
and Washington, I made that deal to sell the team. So, hey, Washington fans, we back in the stands now. We got Snyder up out of there, man. We can be back in the stands. You know what I'm saying? We got Magic Johnson in the house. Magic Johnson is one. He one of the he gonna be a partial owner. So Magic got that $1 million smile. You know what I'm saying? Get them people back in the stands, man.
What's going on, y'all? It's me, Magic Johnson.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's Magic Johnson, man. Come on. I think the only other thing I saw in the mock draft is Anthony Richardson moved up again. So now he's the number 3 quarterback on a lot of people's boards. So he passed Herndon Hooker, he passed Will Levis, he passed a bunch of these dudes. And my whole thing is, I'm going to say what I say every year. And because I agree with Shannon Sharp when he be saying this too. You ain't played football in a long time. How your draft stock keep going up? and all you're doing is you're in the office, you working out. They can see the videos, They go to the pro day, and then you throw a couple times. They're like, "Oh no, he number 1." Like, bro, you just saw him throw like 3 picks in the last game he played. Like,
oh Lord, you see how much he lifted just now? He got to throw for 200.
Exactly,
He put that ball 200 yards down the field.
Yeah, like, that's wild, man. But shout out to Anthony Richardson. If he do, man, I hope he carrying out because he had a lot to work on. But I mean, he's a very explosive guy. He's a very explosive guy. So let's go ahead and transition one more time. So we got Devin White from Tampa Bay. So he wanted a contract, but Tampa wanted to pick up his 5th-year option. So he said, if y'all want to pick up my 5th-year option, then I just want to get traded. So what you think about that?
I think for the most part of it, if I were him, I'd get up out of Dodge. I'd go ahead and get the trade, dude, because that team is going nowhere fast. Like, dude. So now they got Baker Mayfield is taking over at quarterback now. He got a 1-year deal. I believe it was $8 million, either $5 or $8 million, somewhere in between. I don't see the way how that offense is transitioning, a way that even defensively I'm going to be around for this because there's no way this is going to work.
Hold on, you think Baker going to start?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I think Baker Mayfield is going to start. If he don't start game 1, he will at least start by game 3. Like Baker's going to play the season out, and no disrespect to Baker out there, man, but I'm giving him too much time to prove, and I ain't seeing a lot of proof. So that team is going nowhere fast. If I was Chris Godwin, I'd be over here like this. Hey, yo.
Defensively, they kind of lose some people too. Especially if they lose Devin White. I mean, that's a big loss. I saw like a lot of people was talking last year about like his effort on the field. They were saying like he was taking off a lot of players
on that team last year.
He still was, yeah, of course. But I think it was. I think I don't want to call it a Super Bowl hangover, but you know how like you go from being a Super Bowl team to now your team ain't that good, so.
The Rams.
Now you don't really want to give effort. I ain't gonna say them players on the Rams didn't give effort. I mean, I didn't catch a lot of Rams games, but from the games I did catch, people were giving effort. They just didn't have. They stacked the deck so much that they couldn't bring everybody back. But Tampa Bay had ran it back for the most part, right? Leonard Fournette came back, Godwin, Mike Evans came back. You know what I'm saying? Levante David, Devin White came back. Shaquille Barrett. They had for the majority they same team. Brady came back. The only person who wasn't there was Gronk for the most part. Everybody else kind of came back.
You see how bad that team hurt without Gronk too? But
yeah, man, Tampa Bay gotta figure out something.
Dude, listen, you hear how horrible you saying that Devin White is to that defense, and they trying to pick him up on a 5th-year option, and this man want a contract. You hear the math ain't mapping for me, man.
Yeah,
It don't make sense.
but I think for them they have the opposite problem of like the Ravens. They got too much people on contracts.
Right.
I think too much people getting paid down there. Even when you take away Brady, they still got a couple of linemen getting paid, like Tristan Wirfs. I don't know if Tristan Wirfs got a contract yet, but I know Levante David got one. I know they had paid. I know they had paid JPP at the time. They had paid Shaq Barrett. They paid Mike.
They just
Mike
played
Evans already
CPR
paid.
fairness now?
No, I think that was the season before.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. I thought he just got picked, but yeah. So I mean, like the Buccaneers got a whole lot of things going on. I mean, it's not a lot of money to pay Baker Mayfield $8 million, but it's a move like I don't see. I mean, it's like you put a backup with a backup. I'm like, what's the purpose of wasting the $8 million for?
I mean, $8 million at quarterback is cheap though. So you gotta look at it like
it is cheap, but it's almost like, but why though? Like, why not
Because-
get yourself a quarterback?
because if it's a 1-year deal, you just making it through the season.
Oh, we just gonna lose this year. Then. We just gonna lose.
I mean, bro. Remember we had this conversation before the season started, right? I said, bro, you were like, bro, Carson Wentz gonna be bad. I said, if he is bad, it don't matter because it's only 1 year, and now he's gone. Like it's 1 year. Like you I'm about to say, but it's 1 year though, bro. So you're not really investing. You're like, because the money gonna come off the books anyway. So it's like, it is what it is, bro.
It was 1 year already.
It was.
Oh man, I'm gonna put an honorable mention to transition, man. What's going on here with this Aaron Rodgers thing? Aaron Rodgers, just to touch briefly on it. Everybody knows he got high expectations for him. I got the Jets going at least to the playoffs. If not, then people need to start getting some pitchforks and riding in the streets. But like, I think the Jets are a very good team. I had the Jets going to the playoffs last year, and that's what Mike White. Like, I had them going to the playoffs still. So they got a great team. I think with Aaron Rodgers, when you plug in a seasoned vet in there, that should be enough to at least get you over into the divisional round. At least.
Aaron Rodgers is 30. Aaron Rodgers is 39.
Yeah, and he can retire at 40 knowing he took his team to the divisional round.
No. This is the thing about the Jets. The Jets had a really good defense last year, and a lot of the people, like Sauce Gardner, them boys, they're young.
Player of the year.
But you got like defenses like that, like they're gonna probably still be good, but I don't think they're gonna be as like. It's hard to be a great defense year in and year out. Like even like back when Baltimore had Ed Reed and Ray Lewis together, like they had some seasons where they were like, okay, we about to go to the Super Bowl. Other seasons they were barely making the playoffs because it's just hard to consistently, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get nicked up. You might not have the same year you had the year before. That don't make you less of a player. It's just if you like anybody can get beat on any given play, it's like, they got me this year, And so the defense is gonna be good going forward. But I think, they had Breece Hall who got hurt. Breece Hall was about to ball out. Breece Hall was going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year if he didn't got hurt. Breece Hall was about to jump out for them. And then they got Garrett Wilson, but in the same breath, it's like Aaron Rodgers, if you get him, you also got to bring in like a vet. Like, I think you need to bring in a vet receiver because
Can they just get Allen Lazard? But they
did get Allen Lazard, but I mean like a vet, like how y'all got Brandon Cooks. That would have been like a vet, or like if they trade for somebody crazy. I'm trying to think of a wide receiver who, like if they could have got Adam Thielen, that would have been perfect.
What did Adam Thielen go to?
I
think did he go to Carolina or something?
He might have went to Carolina.
I think he went to Carolina. Like,
yep, he went to Carolina.
Yeah, man. Wish him luck. Hopefully they get Stroud.
Carolina might be on something. They might be drafting Bryce Young for a reason. They might be doing chess while the rest of us playing checkers.
I mean, even
you
if
never
we get
know.
Anthony Richardson, I mean, I think he's still fit in that offense, but
I mean, that's gonna be. I mean, I see what you're saying though. I mean, I don't really. I like I said, I would try to get CJ Stroud because at the same time, people got to pay attention to what the Saints trying to move under the radar in that division. Like, I got Derek Carr.
I got my eyes on the thing. Man, Derek Carr better than come back for me this year, man. I had all the faith for you in the world, Derek Carr. You let me down, boy. He just let me down. He messed around and got fired. Dang, man. Hey, we set the episode up. Hey, delete that episode, man. Oh, man, I talking about the storm, man.
Nah, but Derek Carr gonna be. I think he's gonna be solid, bro. They got hey, fantasy coming up. Chris Olave might have to be my keeper. Chris Olave was doing his thing, yeah. Chris Olave might show out this year with Derek Carr.
We might see, man. Hey, man, Derek Carr better do it, man. Have me all in. Yes, Derek Carr go lead the league in passing yards and touchdowns. I'm over here hard for this. Let's go on Derek Carr, bro. Like Derek Carr about to do it this year when they go into the Super Bowl.
I mean, they had a roster that had looked like it, but it's rare when you have these super stacked rosters and they make the Super Bowl. Because it's almost like the talent ain't spread out enough.
Which makes sense. I mean, we talk about it all the time that you can see a team with a bunch of good players on it don't make it a good team. But we talk about it all the time. Because those fit-in players gotta fit in. You gotta make like the fit-in players fit in, and like sometimes they fit in just playing next to other people. But what can we do, man? Aaron Rodgers. I mean, hopefully the Jets go ahead and do it. They might as well just pull the trigger. I saw playing around with that, man.
I saw them talking about Jordan Love in Green Bay. They say they ready. Jordan Love gonna do the thing, so I might have to pick him up as my backup in fantasy. Give him about 3-4 weeks, see what he do.
Jordan Love gonna do just fine.
I think so too, bro. I think Green Bay gonna end up being better because Aaron Rodgers make $50 million. So if you move that $50 million, they can pick up what they need. They need a lineman. They need a linebacker probably, and they probably need
running back
a wide receiver. Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones stood there. I thought Aaron Jones.
And they got thing too.
Aaron Jones came back.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They was having
a conversation about trading Aaron Jones, wasn't it? I thought he got traded for some reason.
He came back, but what's the other running back we not thinking about right now? AJ Dillon.
Oh, dude, how we forget about AJ Dillon?
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it, but you know what I'm saying, man. They gonna be.
That's what I thought because they were gonna start.
Yeah, because they was talking about, but you know what I'm saying. They still gonna be solid. They might grab like some wide receiver.
They need a receiver. Yeah, I'm about to say they need a receiver out there.
But they could probably get one in free agency too. They could probably get somebody like I don't really know. I can't even think who out there right now. But they get a receiver in the draft, and then that dude Christian things started stepping up last year.
I can't remember his name, but I
the young dude. Hey, y'all let us know who they got. Oh, they got Romeo Dobbs too. Yeah, they gonna be all right. They gonna be all right. But
they might have a winning record.
A lot of pressure. They might. I mean, their division ain't really too scary.
Yeah,
Chicago, Detroit might.
Detroit looking kind of monstrous. So Detroit on the rise, man.
I mean, Detroit gonna do their thing. I don't know if they ready to get over the top just yet, but Detroit gonna do their thing. So Detroit might win their division, but they don't really got much to worry about in Chicago. Chicago don't really got nothing.
Yeah.
Right now, so. But yeah, man, you got any remarks, man? You got anything that you want to touch on before we get up out of here?
Not much. Dallas Cowboy gang. Appreciate everybody for tuning into the podcast. It's going for the gusto. It's your boy, Way Too Cool, Boo Man, Boo Nasty. You know we kill this every single day. If you guys got anything, any comments, or anything you want us to touch base on, put it down in the comment box below. You could always set us up on a social media page and just let us know. Put a like on it, man. Just box the like button. What's wrong with you guys, man? Let's get up to
that's all you gotta do.
Likes, man. How about that?
Hey, that's all you gotta do, baby. I'm all for it.
Yo,
all right, y'all boys. This has been going for the gusto, man. We out of here.